Right now, the latest from Baltimore after the bridge collapse yesterday morning. What officials are saying about how it happened.
Plus, independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has announced his running mate selection. Find out who it is.
And here's a look at the current temperatures. Much colder this morning. I'll talk more in detail about the forecast coming up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Shane Hogan.
I'm Chris Stanford. We are seeing some cooler air this morning.
Yeah, walked out and got a little chill, a little windy, too.
Let's check in with Jacob Montesano. He's in for Kelly Slivka this morning with your first warn forecast. What's going on out there this morning, Jacob?
Well, as I mentioned, we are seeing much colder temperatures, and over the last couple of months, we've been feeling like it should be a few months in the future. Like at the beginning of March, we had temperatures feeling like they're the end of April, and now that we're in the end of March, we're having temperatures feeling like they're in the middle of February. So middle to upper 20s across all of Dane County, and really across our entire region. Temperatures are pretty similar, no more than around a 5-degree difference from further north to further south. And the big reason for this temperature cool down is because yesterday and Monday we had winds coming out of the south. Now they're coming out of the west, bringing in that cold air from the plains. And right now we also are seeing some pretty breezy conditions. A lot of our area experiencing wind speeds between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Now looking at the temperature, the wind chills rather, we are seeing wind chills in the teens with the current temperatures and the winds we're seeing. We don't normally talk about the wind chills this time of the year towards late March, but nonetheless we are dealing with some pretty cold temperatures this morning as it feels like it's in the teens. Temperature change over the last 24 hours, over 20 degrees colder for a lot of central and southern Wisconsin. A lot of that has to do with the fact that yesterday morning was fairly mild considering we had that rain across our area, and typically the temperatures don't fall too much. So during the afternoon hours, the temperature change won't be as dramatic, but still at this hour, over 20 degrees colder for pretty much our entire area. Looking at the forecast throughout the day, we're not going to see the temperatures improve that much. We'll see highs in the middle to upper 30s with continuous breezy conditions, and across our area that's going to be the same situation. However, we will see some sunshine before the day is over, but I'll talk more in detail about when we will see warmer temperatures coming up a little bit later.
Some sun will be nice. Jacob, thank you. Now to more coverage of the bridge collapse in Baltimore. This morning, the recovery mission will start back up to find 6 construction workers presumed dead.
They were working on the job when a container ship slammed into one of the bridge's support columns. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill has the latest this morning from Maryland.
In the shadow of the mangled metal that once was Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, a community in mourning.
Amen. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming together with us as we hold those families, most importantly, in prayer.
The crossing collapsed early Tuesday when a cargo ship hit a support column.
The whole bridge just fell down. Stars, whoever, everybody. The whole bridge just collapsed.
The sound jolting neighbors out of their sleep.
It felt just like an earthquake.
The search for 6 missing workers was suspended as night fell. The water deemed too cold and the effort too long for anyone to survive.
I can't imagine how painful today has been for these families.
Sources tell CBS News multiple alarms sound on the ship after it lost power and propulsion. The pilot issued a mayday call, giving law enforcement just enough time to stop anyone else from driving on the bridge. The National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation into just what happened, and that includes examining any past safety problems with the ship.
That is part of our investigation where we look at in-depth at safety information, anything that may have occurred prior to this.
Several engineers say it doesn't appear the collapse was the result of infrastructure problems with the bridge.
Once the bridge was struck by a container ship of that size, there's not a bridge that we build, that's any level of economy and efficiency that's going to survive that.
Now the busy port of Baltimore is closed to shipping until all the debris is removed from the water. Jared Hill, CBS News, Baltimore County, Maryland.
In our next half hour, we'll tell you about the condition of bridges here in Wisconsin, including the plans for redesigning one of them.
New information now. Authorities in Milton are investigating after a man was found with a gunshot wound. Officers were called to the intersection of Plum Street and Larch Lane, where they found a man around 5 o'clock last night. First responders rushed him to the hospital. He survived. We're told his injuries are not life-threatening, though we don't know how badly he is injured. Milton's police chief tells us there is no threat to the public.
Also new, the Wisconsin Department of Justice is naming the officer involved in a shooting death earlier this month in Janesville. Sergeant Jimmy Halford III is on administrative leave while the shooting is still being investigated. 52-year-old Andrew Ziegler was shot and killed on March 1st. Police had been called about an armed person and found Ziegler at a home on North Parker Drive. Ziegler's death remains under investigation. Xylazine testing strips are now legal here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's because of a bill signed by Governor Tony Evers. He says it will save lives. Xylazine is an animal tranquilizer, not an opioid, but over the past few years, Wisconsin officials say they have seen it mixed with other opioids. However, unlike Narcan for fentanyl, there are no reversible options that can be used to combat xylazine in a person's system. So the governor and other state officials hope that these strips will prevent drug users from ingesting something laced with xylazine.
Some Amazon delivery drivers will be classified as employees instead of independent contractors. This comes after the Wisconsin Supreme Court agreed yesterday with an appeals court's ruling. It found that drivers on the Amazon Flex program are a part of the state's employment insurance system. That means they are entitled to unemployment if they are laid off. This case could now be used to claim any workers in the gig economy as employees instead of contractors.
Happening today, Special Olympics Wisconsin is once again joining forces with Jersey Mike's subs. Local Jersey Mike's restaurants are going to give 100% of today's sales, not just the profit, to Special Olympics Wisconsin. All this month, customers have had an option to round up their purchases to the nearest dollar to give back that way. Right now, you can also donate $1, $3, or $5 when placing your order.
Time is 6:06. The Department of Education is opening an investigation into alleged discrimination in UW-Madison's scholarship programs. The investigation started after the Equal Protection Project, which is an anti-affirmative action group, filed a complaint. It targets one of Madison's BIPOC fellowship programs and argues it discriminates against white people. In a note sent by the Department of Education Office of Civil Rights, it says the department has not come to a decision and still remains neutral. The university says it will comply with the investigation to the fullest extent.
To the 2024 presidential race now, where independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a running mate, and it will not be former Packer quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He announced yesterday, RFK did, at a rally, that California attorney and philanthropist Nicole Shanahan will join the ticket. Shanahan, previously married to Google co-founder Sergey Brin, spent $4 million to finance RFK Jr.'s Super Bowl campaign ad.
Listen to Bobby Kennedy in his own words. Take a look at his vision for America. It is a vision that I share too, as I spend the next 7 months of my life getting him on each and every ballot in this country.
RFK Jr. made the decision on his running mate notably early in the campaign season because several states require that presidential candidates identify their running mate before they can be added to the ballot.
Former President Donald Trump's new media company is valued at around $9.25 billion. This is after the company's shares surged in the debut on the NASDAQ. Trump's majority stake in the firm was last valued at $5.38 billion. However, lockup restrictions for 6 months could prevent him from selling or borrowing against his shareholding. Trump, who is facing 4 criminal trials in his race to the U.S. presidency, has been struggling to raise money for his campaign and legal expenses.
Jacob, what's coming up?
Well, temperatures today are going to be cold, but I'll talk more in detail about when we're going to see them warm up after the break.
And it may only be Wednesday, but we're always working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have a rundown of what's happening for your family coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us. with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
Washington has become corrupt. Career politicians sell themselves to special interests and end up working for them and not you. I've worked hard, been fortunate. I don't need their special interest money, and I won't take it. If you decide to elect me as your next senator, I'll donate my entire salary to a Wisconsin charity every year. I'm Eric Hovde. I can't be bought, and I'll put you and our country first. I approve this message.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything from ceiling to floor at Menards. Find your style with over 350 in-stock Patriot Lighting interior lights. This Dylan 2-pack flush mount comes in 3 sizes and 4 finishes. Just $19.97 after rebate. Step into luxury without breaking the bank with Menards' huge selection of carpet. Intuitive plush carpet adds comfort and warmth and is budget friendly at 79 cents per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Catch the Bucks on broadcast TV when they square off with the Pelicans on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch Giannis and the Bucks fly into NOLA to zap Zion and the soaring Pelicans. It's Dame time in the Big Easy. Bucks, Pelicans on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Thursday, March 28th at 7 on Television Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
It may only be hump day, but we are already working for the weekend in the 608 this morning.
Oh, yeah. Josh Sprider is here with the weekend planner for you and your family. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. So it is spring break week for a lot of you folks at home, so why not plan ahead? I have 3 things for you to do this weekend, and some of them don't even require you to get out of your car. First up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the lights along International Lane in Madison. You can join the Dane County Regional Airport for the 5th annual Flight of Lights. They are proud to host an even bigger, even brighter drive-through light display this year featuring tributes to our first responders, tropical destinations, Wisconsin sports, and more. It is open to all, and there's no charge to attend. Flight of Lights runs through April 7th. Well, Easter weekend is almost here, and that means it's time for the extravaganza.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
This is a spring festival. I didn't just make up that name, guys. This is at Hometown Festival Park and is hosted by the Verona Area Chamber of Commerce and Verona Vision Care. Organizers say the Easter Bunny will be there, along with an egg hunt, food trucks, and other activities. That is happening from 9 to noon. Well, time is running out to join your favorite farmers at the late winter Dane County Farmers Market. This is happening Saturdays at Garver Feed Mill. You have just 2 Saturdays left before the end of the season, of course, ending April 6th. This is a perfect opportunity for you to do your weekly grocery shopping while supporting local farmers and makers. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. You can go to channel3000.com, or you can also click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. And I'll have 3 more things for you coming up around 6:45.
Right.
I know it's a busy week. A lot of spring breakers trying to stay busy, and the weather's been kind of so-so,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
Easter plans you're trying to get going too, so
A lot of stuff going on.
Busy week.
Extravaganza.
Exactly.
I know you were excited about that all morning long. Love it.
Excellent.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home. Reach out on social media or email him if you have an idea you want to see on the air.
All right, it's 6:14 on your Wednesday. Jacob Montesano's in for Kelly Slifka with your first warned weather. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Shane, it's going to be a cold one today, but don't worry, the temperatures are not going to be this cold much longer. We'll see 50s return by Friday, and that's also going to be our next chance of rain, mostly during the overnight hours on Friday. So let's take a look at the bus stop forecast again. Cloudy skies during the morning with temperatures in the 20s across our area. It's also going to be a bit breezy, and the breezy conditions are going to continue for the afternoon hours. We will see a little bit of sunshine, but the temperatures are only going to rise into the middle 30s, so expect cold conditions throughout the entire day. On top of the cold weather, it will be a bit breezy, so the temperatures will feel even colder than what they actually are. Now, as we head into the overnight hours tonight, we're not going to see the winds as bad, but because skies are going to be clear, actual temperatures may be colder than what we're seeing this morning, as temperatures could possibly drop into the teens for a few locations with lows in the lower 20s. But these will be the two coldest mornings going forward. Here's a look at the high temperature forecast. Not sure why the average is going downward, but in general, we're going to go from 49 of an average high to 53 with the middle of the week, next week, still remaining below average despite it being warmer than what we're seeing today and what we will see, at least for the morning hours tomorrow. Now, we're going to be dry through the day on Friday, but after sunset Friday, we are going to see some showers develop, and this could continue throughout the night, but it also may clear out by the time we get to sunrise on Saturday, so this will be a pretty quick system. It certainly will be out of our area by Saturday afternoon, so just a very quick round of rain is possible Friday night into very early Saturday. But other than that, we aren't going to see much precipitation through the weekend, but our next chance of rain after that will be at the end of the weekend, Sunday night and Monday into Monday night. But both of these chances will likely not produce that much precipitation. We aren't expecting to see a whole lot of rain or snowfall for that matter over the next 10 days, and we also are getting to the time of year where we're pretty much only expecting rainfall, but possibly a mix of snow with some of these rain systems, especially during the overnight hours. But in general, a fairly quiet 10-day forecast. Temperatures aren't going to be too far off from average, although they will be a little bit cool, especially today, tomorrow, and next Tuesday. And the rain chances are likely not going to amount to much.
The Badger men's hockey team has had a long break since that Big Ten tournament loss. Wisconsin hasn't played a game since March 10th. But that will change this week in Providence. Mike Hastings' squad will face off against the defending national champs on Friday. And Quinnipiac is as good as advertised. They have 26 wins. They're the regular season conference champs, and they have experience on the big stage. So the Badgers know they're going to have to earn it once the puck drops.
We're just going to have to be as prepared as we can be, and then try and take advantage of some of the rest and get that rust eliminated as quick as possible, because one thing that Quinnipiac has a history of doing for the most part is they're quick starters. The details that they get in control, they're buttoned down. So there's you know, they're going to do what they do. We have to go out and do what we do.
On Sunday, Connor Essegian announced he's transferring from Wisconsin. Tuesday, Greg Gard's roster was dealt another departure. A.J. Storr has opted to enter the NBA draft, but will maintain his college eligibility, meaning the sophomore guard will go through the draft process and then decide his future after receiving feedback from the next level. Storr led the Badgers in scoring this season, averaging just under 17 points per game. The deadline to return to school is June 16th. Meanwhile, on the women's side, after erasing a 19-point deficit, the Badgers advanced to the Super 16 of the WNIT. Wisconsin will host Illinois State on Thursday. It's the first time in 13 years the UW women are playing postseason basketball. Bucks taking on the LeBron-less Lakers. This one was a wild one. 17 seconds left in overtime. The Deer work at the Dame, and he splashes one home to give Milwaukee a 2-point lead. Now, L.A. would tie it up on free throws, so to double OT we go, and Austin Reeves plays the villain. That triple would be the winner. Bucks fall 128 to 124 in double OT. Spring practice already underway for the Badger football team, but it's never too early to start looking ahead at future schedules. Wisconsin announced a home-and-home series with Cal. The Badgers will travel to Berkeley in 2029 before hosting the Golden Bears in 2030. UW is 1-5 all-time against Cal, with that lone win coming back in 1946. And the Packers added a kicker to their roster, and you might recognize him. Former Viking Greg Joseph has signed on to give Anders Carlson some competition. Joseph holds the Minnesota franchise record for longest field goal made and the NFL record for most game-winning field goals in a season. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Zach. Hey, have you seen the new kickoff rules for the NFL that they're adopting this year?
Yeah, they're confusing.
They are confusing.
They
It's
are
like
confusing.
the XFL, kind of. So we'll see if how just in tune the new kickers are going to be for the Packers.
Yeah.
But I was trying to just do some research because it's different, that's for sure.
All right, worth looking into.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can watch enough videos to understand it all.
That's right. All right, still ahead this morning, a special new menu item is coming to one of the biggest fast food giants soon. We have the details coming up.
Also ahead, UW-Madison's receiving some new federal funding for research. What it will go towards.
And as we head to break on your Wednesday morning, we're taking a look at gas prices for you across the state and here in Wisconsin. We are back right after this.
Susan Simon, News 3 Now at 4 and 5, weekdays moving forward.
It took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, but it also took 189 pizzas and 52 all-nighters. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
My name is Jack Frank. I'm a retired paper mill worker in the valley here, and I work for Copeland Bus part-time on the side. I've had my own route now here for the last 3-4 years, and the kids on it are great. Flexible hours, they work with you in many different ways. If you've got something going, they accommodate you, or they try to get somebody to run your road. Copeland treats you decent. You know, all the years I worked here. It's a great place to work.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing at your local Cub Cadet dealer today. To find the dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
We really need to redo the roof. It's leaking.
We're not redoing the roof without getting new gutters.
The gutters can wait until I get...
Happy spouse, happy house.
Exactly.
Wait.
For home improvement guaranteed to make everyone happy, everyone can agree on 1-800-HANSON's. Because our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant roofing is guaranteed for life. Get 60% off installation or no interest and no payments for 2 full years.
Call 1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
We forge steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space.
But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill.
And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
Bet you didn't see that. But if you were an Atlas and could detect things in 0.02 seconds, you would have. The Atlas with Front Assist. Get 1.9% APR financing or a $3,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary event.
Hey, 523, we're back. Sharing Linda's morning with you in some lovely colors and some wildlife.
Oof, that is pretty. What a serene photo. We've got some ducks in the pond or lake or wherever we're at here.
In the water.
It's beautiful. What a shot. Love all the different colors here.
Thanks, Linda. All right, Shane, what are we talking about today?
Okay, we've got some big news in the donut fast food world, folks.
Okay.
Krispy Kreme coming to McDonald's. You heard it here first. 3 types of donuts will go on sale at McDonald's restaurants starting later this year. They're going to serve the original glazed, chocolate iced with sprinkles, and chocolate iced cream filled. A phased rollout begins later this year. The donuts will be available nationwide at participating restaurants by the end of 2026. They can be bought individually or in a 6-pack. Starting at their breakfast service. Does it get more American than this?
We were joking earlier. How long before they start using these things as buns at McDonald's? Give me a breakfast sandwich.
I'm taking the under.
Give me a couple of Krispy Kreme donuts instead of the, you know, your English muffins. Wall Street's loving this news.
Are they?
Krispy Kreme stock jumped 40% yesterday.
Whoa.
On the news.
I mean, think about it.
To jump in here. There was actually a restaurant back when I worked in Rapid City that offered a burger with donut buns. Not even kidding.
There you go. It exists in the world. Not shocked about the stock either. Think of how many McDonald's there are. I mean, I don't know if this is happening at every location, of course, participating locations only, but that's a lot
of donuts.
It's
a lot of donuts. I can't eat that many. Like, once I get started, once you get a taste of one of those Krispy Kreme donuts, you can't put it down.
I'm a one donut kind of person, but it's hard when they're looking at you like that. Here's a pro tip. Maybe some of you know this. 15 seconds in a microwave with a Krispy Kreme donut. Oh, go treat yourself. Get that 6-pack next time you go to McDonald's.
Well, goes great with a cup of coffee, too. All right, Jacob Montesano, he's got some more pictures from our viewers out there. Hey, Jacob.
Yeah, this first weather photo of the day was sent to us by Julie from Verona, showing all kinds of colors in the sky. And I have to admit, I have never been able to really see a view of the sun, or the sky rather, quite as good as this. So thank you, Julie, for submitting your photo. A second photo of the day was sent in by Randy from Lake Wingra, showing the sun right on the horizon. Thank you for submitting your weather photos.
All right, we'll track those changes in the forecast coming up. Right after this, you're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Spectrum Internet delivers with fast and reliable speeds nationwide. So there's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Now get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Visit Spectrum.com or call 844-242-1479. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security and privacy for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 with advanced Wi-Fi and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited free for 12 months. Start saving today. Go to Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, call 844-242-1479, or scan the call now.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesign&landscape.com.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical.
Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay on direct deposits. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Keep your devices powered with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. A 24-pack of AA or AAA batteries are $14.99 after rebate. Gorilla Tape provides great results for quick fixes around the house. It grips smooth, rough, and uneven surfaces. Rip it, stick it, done. A 30-yard roll is just $7.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This morning, why there was a massive police presence in Cottage Grove overnight. What we know this morning.
Plus, the stability of Wisconsin's infrastructure. We're taking a look after the bridge collapse in Baltimore.
And temperatures are much colder this morning. I'll talk about how long the cold weather will last coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Wednesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Shane Hogan. Yeah, colder temps. Jacob just mentioned it. Walked out the apartment this morning, got kind of hit with a cold snap. Windy and a little chilly out there.
Big difference from what we started out at yesterday morning.
Right.
Let's check in with Jacob Montesano. He's in for Kelly Slipka this morning with the first one forecast. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Chris. Temperatures right now are in the middle 20s, and this time yesterday morning, they were near 50. So a big change in the temperatures. Right now, we are seeing cloudy skies, and across our area, the temperatures are pretty much exactly the same. Middle to upper 20s, only differing by around 4 to 5 degrees. So areas further off to the north at 25, areas down to the south 28, out west 29. So very similar across our area as we are seeing plenty of cloud cover, but we also are seeing some windy conditions. And this is the big reason that the temperatures are much colder is compared to yesterday and Monday where the winds were coming out of the south. Now they're coming out of the west, and they are pretty breezy at around 10 to 20 miles per hour for a lot of our area. And I have to mention that the wind chills are actually in the teens right now. Normally don't talk about wind chills by the time we get to the end of March, but today the feels like temperatures are very cold. And although it may not be quite as bad tomorrow morning, it's going to be another cold morning for us. Here's a look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours. Pretty much our entire area is seeing temperatures 20 degrees colder, possibly up to 25 degrees colder. Now, during the afternoon hours, the temperature change won't be as dramatic, but still it's going to be a lot colder than yesterday. The highs are not going to be a big improvement over the morning temperatures, only by about 5 to 10 degrees, as we'll see highs in the middle to upper 30s. And we also are going to continue to see breezy conditions. But temperatures won't be this cold for the next 10 days. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, sounds good. Thank you. We begin with breaking news from overnight of a car versus house crash. This happened on Michelle Lane in Cottage Grove. The call came in at about 11:30 last night. Dane County Dispatch doesn't have any word on injuries or arrests this morning. The scene was cleared within just a few hours. News 3 Now will continue to provide updates on this situation and any other breaking news. You can get those alerts right to you on the free Channel 3000 mobile app.
Now to continuing coverage of the Baltimore bridge collapse. This morning, crews are resuming their recovery efforts in the Patapsco River. Right now, 2 people are safe after rescuers saved them from the water, but 6 are currently presumed dead.
The collapse happened early Tuesday morning after a container ship lost power and crashed into the bridge. You see that dramatic video there. The 6 people the Coast Guard is trying to recover this morning are believed to have been part of a construction crew repairing potholes on the bridge. Crews halted their search overnight due to dangerous conditions, which include very unstable sections of the steel bridge and shipping containers hanging from the cargo ship. The National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation into the collapse. The board will get on the ship sometime today to begin collecting evidence.
This video here gives us a better look at some of the damage from that collapse. Among the wreckage, the U.S. Coast Guard is searching for potentially hazardous materials. Federal officials are also monitoring nearly 2 million gallons of marine diesel inside the ship and the risk if it were to leak or spill. We're also learning more about why the ship rammed the bridge. We learned it had blacked out just minutes before the crash. The ship's crew notified officials that it lost power, and in doing so, They likely saved lives getting people off the bridge. All 22 members of the container ship are safe and accounted for this morning.
President Biden is sending his support to the families of the missing construction workers. He's calling on Congress to approve federal funding to repair the bridge. In his remarks yesterday, the president said in part, quote, "We're going to send all the federal resources they need as we respond to this emergency. We're going to rebuild the port together." To the people of Baltimore, I want to say, we're with you. We're going to stay with you as long as this takes. We're also hearing from members of the Biden administration on the ripple effects of this collapse. The administration says 15,000 jobs depend on that port. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg says this will have a major impact on supply chains as well. Senior infrastructure advisor to Biden, Mitch Landrieu, he's in Madison right now, and we spoke with him about the importance of infrastructure to the Biden administration.
Infrastructure is not sexy, but it's necessary. It's kind of like air that people really don't pay too much attention to, but like you die if you don't have it. Right. And of course, you don't need to think a whole lot, but you can't get to and from work or to church or the ballpark or wherever you're going if the roads don't work. And you can't have economic growth and development. Nobody can make any money.
You can watch News 3 Now's full interview with Landrieu. That's up on channel3000.com.
The crash brings bridge safety top of mind. When it comes to the percentage of bridges in each state that need attention, the American Road Transportation Builders Association ranks Wisconsin in the middle of the pack. The association says there are more than 1,700 bridges, though, in Wisconsin in need of repairs. 1,700 bridges. 943 of those are structurally deficient. One of those is the John Nolan Bridge. It sees more than 40,000 users every day. Right now, the city of Madison does have a team working on a plan to redesign the bridge.
The thing is, overall nationwide, we have a dire need for infrastructure renewal. And the matter is that it takes a lot of investment and it has to prioritize based on risk assessment.
More information on the John Nolan reconstruction project will come out this fall. As for Wisconsin's hundreds of other structurally deficient bridges, the state is set to receive more than $200 million from the federal government to put towards needed bridge repairs.
UW-Madison is getting a big boost in federal funding for research. The university is getting more than $56 million. It comes from two bills that the president signed earlier this month to keep the government open for the rest of the fiscal year. More than half of the money will go towards Great Lakes Bioenergy Research Center. That's in the Wisconsin Energy Institute on campus. UW's interim vice chancellor says the money will go toward biofuel research.
Thousands of jobs are coming to Wisconsin. The state's 4 major utilities and building trade unions are employing local union workers for green energy initiatives. Alliant Energy, Madison Gas and Electric, WEC Energy Group, and Xcel Energy plan to build more solar farms, battery storage, and wind turbines. To complete those projects, they're going to need workers. The Public Service Commission estimates it'll take nearly 19,000 construction jobs.
6:36 with the election less than a week away, Beloit wants to make sure all of its residents are able to get to the polls. That's why anyone riding on the Beloit buses and their routes won't have to pay bus fare on April 2nd. The City Council approved the free service last week. The polls will stay open until 8 p.m. and if you're relying on the bus to take you there, just know that buses will not be running that long.
Donald Trump is scheduled to return to Wisconsin next week. It'll be his first visit of the campaign season to the state. Trump will visit Green Bay April 2nd for a rally. That's the same day as Wisconsin's presidential primaries. Trump hasn't been here since August of 2022 when he was campaigning for Tim Michels, gubernatorial candidate at the time. Next week's event is at the Hyatt Regency in Green Bay. It starts at 5 o'clock. Doors open at 2. It comes 2 weeks after President Biden visited the state. While he was here, the president visited his campaign office in Milwaukee. He also touted his administration's infrastructure policy, announcing more than $3 billion for projects in disadvantaged communities. $63 million of that funding will go towards reconnecting parts of Milwaukee communities that were split up by major road projects.
Both candidates are focused on winning the battleground state of Wisconsin, hence the various amounts of visits we've seen from both candidates. The most recent polling on Wisconsin's presidential race puts President Biden and former President Trump neck and neck. You see the numbers here. The poll from Bloomberg News and Morning Consult shows 46% of Wisconsin voters plan to back President Biden. 45% plan to back President Trump. The survey was conducted earlier this month. It has a margin of error of 4%.
In those national polls, President Biden is struggling to retain some of his younger voters. It's all over his policy on the war in Gaza. Right now, tensions are rising between the U.S. and Israel over the plight of Palestinian civilians. Amy Kiley reports.
President Joe Biden's response to these demonstrators.
They have a point. We need to get a lot more care into Gaza.
Is another sign of the growing and public rift between the U.S. and Israel. It's widening because the U.S. wants a ceasefire to protect civilians in Gaza. The Israeli defense minister is taking home that message after visiting Washington this week. A U.S. official says his agenda included a meeting with CIA Director Bill Burns last night. Burns is leading the U.S. push for a pause in fighting.
We have no moral right to stop the war while there are still hostages held in Gaza.
And here's a key moment from the minister's meeting with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin yesterday.
Well, Mr. Minister, I look forward to discussing how we can dramatically and urgently ease the humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
Today, another sign of the rift is that top advisors to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are not in Washington as planned.
We wanted to have that meeting with Israel to present to them an alternative way to accomplish their legitimate security goals.
Netanyahu says he canceled because the U.S. abstained from a UN ceasefire resolution vote instead of vetoing it. Now the U.S. is going further and backing it.
The UN Security Council resolution carries weight and should be respected.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
6:40, Jacob, what's coming up?
Temperatures are going to be pretty cold today, but I'll talk when they will warm back up, coming up after the break.
And it may only be Wednesday, but we're always working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have a rundown of what's happening for your family coming up.
Take up to a bonus 10% off furniture with any mattress purchase over $4.99. The Easter weekend Beat the Clock sale is Friday, Saturday, and Monday only at Ashley. Save up to $600 instantly on Beautyrest Black, plus special financing for 60 months only at Ashley.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird. With the best service, quality, and prices, Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. To help you remember, I made this cheer. V value, A awesome value, L lots of value. You get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Catch the Bucks on Broadcast TV when they square off with the Pelicans on your new local home for select Bucks games. Watch Giannis and the Bucks fly into NOLA to zap Zion and the soaring Pelicans. It's Dame time in the Big Easy. Bucks, Pelicans on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Thursday, March 28th at 7 on Television Wisconsin.
Hop on over to Ashley for the Easter weekend Beat the Clock sale. We're closed Easter Sunday, but shop Friday, Saturday, and Monday for big savings on our top looks store-wide. Plus special financing for 60 months. And bonus discounts up to an extra 10% off our sale prices, only at Ashley.
It's 6 p.m. in Wisconsin, and you want to know what happened throughout the day. That's where News 3 Now at 6 comes in. Moving forward. While you're navigating your day, we're out in the community, uncovering the stories and finding the answers you're looking for. Local breaking news, in-depth reports, getting to the heart of events and issues that matter here. And when bad weather is on the way, we warn you first. Start your evening with News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward. Weeknights. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of this week. We are going to see much colder temperatures today, but the 50s are going to return for the end of the week. We also have another chance of rain by Friday night, but it doesn't look like we're going to see any big rain systems over the next 10 days. Now, here's a look at your bus stop forecast. Cold and cloudy during the morning with temperatures in the 20s. It will be a bit breezy during the morning, but a little bit breezier as we head towards the afternoon hours. We are going to see a little bit of sunshine before the day is over, possibly even complete sunshine by the time we get to sunset, but temperatures are not going to be very warm. They're going to remain in the 30s, and we're going to continue to see breezy conditions on top of it. Now, here's a look at the overnight lows as we head into the morning tomorrow. We are going to see temperatures possibly even colder than what they are this morning. Now, we're not going to see as windy of conditions, so it will feel a little bit warmer despite the actual temperatures being colder, and afternoon highs tomorrow will certainly be a bit warmer than today. Now, here's a look at that 10-day high temperature forecast. 40s tomorrow, and then 50s are going to return for Friday and Saturday. But then the first half of next week, we're going to stay pretty steadily in the middle 40s to around 50, which is below average for this time of the year. By the end of the 10-day forecast, the average high will be in the middle to lower 50s. And for the first half of next week, we're going to struggle to reach that 50-degree mark, but we will be back in the middle 50s by the end of next week, but still struggling to reach 60, which we really haven't over the last couple of weeks. Now, here's a look at the precipitation forecast. Dry for today, dry tomorrow, and for the most part Friday. But then after sunset Friday, we are going to see some showers move into our area. But these showers are going to be pretty quick. May last till around sunrise Saturday, but certainly by Saturday afternoon, it will clear out of our area, and it will only leave behind about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. So not really seeing a lot of precipitation with that system. And we have another chance of rain for Sunday night through Monday night, mainly during the day on Monday. And that system also doesn't look to amount to much. So a few chances of rain that look like they're not going to bring a ton of precipitation to our area, and temperatures not too far off from average. So in general, we're looking very quiet for the next 10 days as temperatures hopefully warm back up to possibly near 60 again towards the end of next week.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. Hey, happening today, Special Olympics Wisconsin is once again joining forces with Jersey Mike's Subs. Local Jersey Mike's restaurants will give 100% of today's sales to Special Olympics Wisconsin. All this month, customers have had the option to round up their purchase to the nearest dollar and give back that way as well. Right now, you can also donate $1, $3, or $5 when placing your Jersey Mike's order.
5:46 now. It may only be hump day, but we are already working for the weekend in the 608 this morning.
That's right. Our Josh Sprider is here with the weekend planner for you and your family. Lots going on, Josh.
Yes, there is, guys. It is spring break week for a lot of you folks at home, so why not plan ahead? I have 3 things for you to do this weekend, and some of them don't even require you to get out of your car. First up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the lights along International Lane. In Madison, you can join the Dane County Regional Airport for the 5th annual Flight of Lights. They're proud to host an even bigger, even brighter drive-through light display this year, featuring tributes to our first responders, tropical destinations, Wisconsin sports, and more. It is open to all, and there's no charge to attend. Flight of Lights runs through April 7th. The Cottontail Classic is happening this weekend at McGaw Park in Fitchburg. This is a family fun 5K and 10K race for everyone to enjoy. And following the run, the Easter Bunny will be visiting, and there will also be an Easter egg hunt for kids 12 and under. The Cottontail Classic is set for Saturday from 9 to noon. And how about one for the adults? An adult egg hunt is happening in Baraboo on Saturday afternoon. This is at the Baraboo Bluff Winery. This year, the Bluff team will be offering 2 waves of egg hunting. The first wave will begin at 1 p.m. and the other will follow at 3 p.m. and there's no cost to participate there. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. You can go to channel3000.com. You can also click on the community calendar in partnership with Madison Magazine.
You getting out there or what?
I don't know. You know, it's funny, like my family growing up, like you had to wait until you were like graduated from high school to stop hunting for the eggs, you know? And then one of my aunts kept like raising the age, and it's like, I'm like 25 and I'm still hunting for eggs.
Pushing
like,
out the little cousins.
I guess if I get treats, if I get little chocolates, whatever it is, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend. A lot of stuff going on. Hopefully the weather cooperates for all those outdoor events this weekend.
Just think, we're the last few days of March.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that
Moving
wild?
fast.
Where does the time go?
Moving fast. We say it
crazy
every month.
Every month.
All right. Josh, good stuff this morning. Thank you. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share with you folks at home. If you have an idea you want to see on the air, find him on social media or email him your idea.
All right, coming up in the morning sprint, which dollar store retailer is upping its maximum price and how much it's going to cost you?
And if you've got a little kiddo who's turning 3, send us their pictures so we can show it on TV and help them celebrate. We're back with the morning sprint right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Transform your yard into something you can be proud of. From initial design to complete finished installation, Maple Leaf will design a yard that'll be the envy of the neighborhood. Maple Leaf Landscaping, your year-round property care specialists. Just look for the orange leaf.
Bet you didn't see that. Or that. But if you were an Atlas with front assist and could detect things in 0.02 seconds, you'd see every scene hidden in this commercial. Let's slow it down and see. Huh, it's a man walking his dogs and a woman walking her dinosaurs? 0.02 seconds. It's quicker than the blink of an eye. The Atlas with front assist. Hop in. It's a VW. Get 1.9% APR financing or a $3,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary event.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes. I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
You just have to get on the yellow seat. Think Sloan's first.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We have breaking news overnight. We are learning of a car versus house crash in Cottage Grove. This happened on Michelle Lane. The call came in at about 11:30 last night. Dane County Dispatch hasn't given us any word on injuries or arrests this morning. Right now, the scene is clear. It was cleared within just a few hours last night.
Authorities in Milton are investigating after a man was found with a gunshot wound last night. Officers responded to the intersection of Plum Street and Larch Lane around 5 o'clock. First responders rushed that person to the hospital. We don't know how badly he's hurt, but doctors say he'll survive. Milton's police chief says there's no threat to the public.
Right now, crews are continuing their efforts to recover the bodies of 6 construction workers who are presumed dead after they fell into the Patapsco River yesterday morning following the Baltimore Bridge collapsing. The U.S. Coast Guard is searching for potentially hazardous materials. Federal officials are also monitoring nearly 2 million gallons of marine diesel inside the ship and the risks if it were able to leak or spill.
Researchers at UW-Madison just got a big boost. The federal government's giving the school more than $56 million. The money comes from 2 bills the president signed this month to keep the government open for the rest of the fiscal year. More than half of the money will go towards the Great Lakes Bioenergy Research Center.
Former President Donald Trump will be campaigning in Wisconsin next week. Trump is set to visit Green Bay on April 2nd for a rally. It's the same day as Wisconsin's presidential primaries. It's the former president's first Wisconsin campaign rally in the 2024 election season. His event is at the Hyatt Regency. It starts at 5, doors open at 2.
Aaron Rodgers will not be running for vice president with Robert Kennedy Jr. The independent's running mate is California attorney and philanthropist Nicole Shanahan. She spent $4 million to fund Kennedy's Super Bowl ad. The 38-year-old has no prior political experience. She currently leads an organization for women's reproductive science, environmental causes, and criminal justice reform.
This morning, tensions are rising between the U.S. and Israel. President Biden wants to pause fighting in Gaza. This as bombing in Rafah intensifies, days after the UN called for a truce. Just yesterday, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with his Israeli counterpart. Now, Israel's defense minister is bringing the message of a desired ceasefire back to his country's government.
Heads up for drivers in Madison on the southwest side. Hammersley Road will close next week. Construction crews are giving Hammersley a major upgrade. The road will be closed through traffic. If you live in the neighborhood, you'll still be able to get in and out, but Hammersley will shut down at 7 a.m. Monday.
Dollar Tree is raising the maximum price on store items from $5 to $7. Dollar Tree CEO says that it's due to a wealthier customer base. The retailer's fastest growing demographic is people who make at least $125,000 a year. Dollar Tree says it will increase the max price by the end of this year.
Well, someone won that huge Powerball jackpot. The Mega Millions jackpot, $1.13 billion. Boy, it was someone in New Jersey waking up the winner today. 13 other tickets won at least $1 million. Last night's jackpot win comes months after the largest ever Mega Millions prize at $1.6 billion. The lottery says this will be the 5th largest prize in history of the game.
And here's one final look at your 10-day forecast. Cold today, a little cold tomorrow, but certainly warmer as we'll be back in the 40s for Thursday. 50s for Friday and Saturday, as we are expecting to see some showers Friday night into early Saturday. That system will clear out of our area fairly quickly. And then for the first half of next week, we're going to see temperatures a little bit below average, as we'll have high temperatures in the middle 40s to around 50, with another chance of rain Sunday night into Monday, lasting possibly into Monday night. And then we are going to see those temperatures warm back up towards the end of the 10-day forecast, possibly close to 60, but at this point we aren't expecting a 60-degree day within the next 10 days, so in general we are going to remain rather cool.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. We are back with another news and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.